Lord, ganito ko kamahal yung anak ko. Pero, kung ako, ganito ko nakamahal yung anak ko, paano pa yung pagmamahal nyo sa akin at sa anak ko din?
Nowadays, children spell love differently. It's not T-O-Y-S, it's T-I-M.
Welcome to In Between.
The podcast where we talk about faith, life, purpose, and the journey in between.
Whether you are waiting on a promise, walking through a challenge,
Celebrating a breakthrough, or simply trying to follow God's leading one step at a time, this is for you.
because sometimes God does His great work in the in-between. Struggles, success, and everything in between.
Hello and welcome back again. So today's episode is, a little bit different. Recently, di ba, madalas na tayo nakakarinig ng mga heartbreaking news involving
sobra yung mga
young generation, lalo na na-involve sila sa mga violent crimes. So every time something happen like this, people start to question, nasan yung mga magulang nila? Ano ba nangyayari sa mga kabataan ngayon, di ba?
Totoo talaga.
Sino yung laging nabiblame? And today, we're not here to point fingers, but we're here to have an honest conversation, because behind every headlines, there's a family, a community, and a generation that's trying to find its identity in a very noisy world.
Exactly, Borgs, no? This conversation isn't meant to condemn parents because I am a parent as well. So, because parenting is already one of the hardest responsibilities anyone can have. And instead, we want to ask, how can parents intentionally raise children who know right from wrong, love God, and make wise decisions in a culture full of distractions and pressure, di ba?
Before we proceed to the main topic, let's start with something, personal. What is the lesson that your parent taught you na hanggang ngayon, dala-dala mo pa din?
Well, ngayon, syempre, bilang magulang na din, di ba? Yung mga rumirema sa akin ngayon kasi biglang nagre-reflect ako recently. One of it is yung mag-invest ka kaagad ng maaga para nang sa ganun, if in case na mawala ka bilang magulang, hindi pa kalat-kalat yung mga magiging anak mo. And secondly, na tinuro sa akin ng magulang ko, yung don't do unto others what you don't want to do unto you.
Wow!
Right, di ba? Bigla. Don't do unto others. Kasi, syempre, totoo naman, kung ayaw mong gawin sa'yo, huwag mong gawin sa iba.
And, nakakatawa lang na, dati parang, parang sa atin, hindi nag-make sense yun, na parang wala tayong pake doon. No? Pero,
Dati, naririnig lang, tapos
labas lang sa kabilang tenga. And then, ngayon, as we age, parang, nga, no? Buti pala, dati pa lang naririnig na natin yung mga, ganong pangaral sa atin. And, since you mentioned na you're a parent na rin, diba? What do you think the difference between parenting before? Is it harder before or mas mahirap ngayon?
Iba-iba kasi ang challenge natin di ba? Before, ang challenge is financial struggles, limited access to information, and different societal pressures. Pero this time, dahil sobra na rin naman tayong we have the access sa internet, meron tayong different platforms na makikita natin. So, as a parent, na-access din yun ng mga anak natin. Diba? If we have access to internet, they also have the access to internet. If you have access to social media, YouTube, TikTok, and everything inside the internet, they also have that. And if hindi tayo magiging cautious about dun sa mga nakikita nila through the internet, sometimes yun na rin yung nagiging parent nila. Kumbaga, yun yung isa sa mga nagiging impluwensya ng mga anak or yung mga bata sa generation right now. Diba?
And parang Tama yung sinabi mo. Dahil sa sobrang accessible na ng information, it's hard to filter kung sino at ano yung pwede mag-influence sa mga kabataan ngayon. And I think today, parenting needs an more intentional
Totoo.
sa kanilang mga anak, 'di ba? Kasi children din hindi na nila kailangan ngayon ng na basta provider lang.
Yes.
Ang kailangan nila is someone na mag-guide sa kanila, someone na makikinig, and someone who is consistently present in their lives. And we can't assume that our children will automatically develop biblical values na pag dinala natin sa Sunday sa kids church, 'di ba? Na ay okay na 'yan. Pero hindi di ba?
Once a day lang yun.
Once a week lang. Once a week lang nangyayari yun. Pero I think faith needs to be lived out at home.
Yes.
Diba? Every conversation, how we treat one another, how we respond to the challenges, and how we set as an example to the younger generation.
Totoo. And every generation has had its own struggles. Katulad nga na nabanggit ko kanina. And the goal isn't to compare generations, but to ask, how can we faithfully parent the children God has entrusted to us today? Kaya nga ako, actually, nakakatuwa kasi nare-reflect ko din na ako bilang magulang, na napapasabi na lang ako time to time na, Lord, ganito ko kamahal yung anak ko. Pero, kung ako, ganito ko nakamahal yung anak ko, paano pa yung pagmamahal nyo sa akin at sa anak ko din? 'Di ba? So, sobra yung pagka sinabi talaga, grace is sufficient. Sometimes, word lang yun eh. Pero pagka talagang pinanghawakan mo yung word ng Diyos, ng Panginoon natin, talagang sufficient yung grace niya. Kasi, that's all that we want dito sa life natin talaga. Pag pinanghawakan natin yung salita niya at yung mga promise niya sa kanyang salita, talagang magiging sufficient ang lahat. In all aspects in our lives.
And kanina, di ba, na-mention mo na parang yung mga kabataan ngayon, madali nang ma-influence because they have their mobile phones, di ba? Through screen na-influence na. And na-realize ko na not only parents are, no longer only the voice that's shaping children. Ngayon, na-influence na sila ng TikTok, ng YouTube, Instagram, online games. So, ngayon, nagkarat ng mga influencers.
Yes,
and hindi lang sa social media, yung mga influencer, even sa schools. Yung mga friends na nakakasama nila, and even yung simpleng swipe, di ba? Yung algorithm, di ba?
Tama ka dyan. Kaya nga, the scary part dun, hindi yung technology. Kasi actually, nakakatulong sa atin yung technology. Kung hindi, yung nasa loob o yung gumagamit ng technology na yon on how they use it, and tapos, syempre kailangan din natin kaya nga dapat maging responsible content creator din tayo. As us din. Kaya nga tayo dito sa in-between. Kaya if parents aren't intentional, someone else will be. Ikayo, what influences children the most today? And what happens when parents become too busy?
Regarding that, naalala ko yung isang verse sa Proverbs that train up child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Ang ganda ng verse na yan, ha? Ang ganda ng verse na yan.
Kung notice mo, yung word na train, but training is something that you do once diba? It's a daily thing, consistent, and kailangan intentional ka when it comes sa training.
I think many parents work incredibly hard because they want to provide a better life sa ating mga anak. Kasi, syempre, eto na yung naranasan natin We want them na mas level up na. At ayaw natin yung, kung ano man yung naranasan natin before,
hindi na rin
natin maranasan. Kaya minsan, di ba sinasabi, nakikita natin sa social media na, kasalanan ng millennials Kasalanan din ng mga millennial parents Kasi, dahil nga, sobrang hirap ng mga naranasan ng mga bata ng millennials, ayaw na iparanas sa mga anak nila ngayon. Kaya ang nangyayari, masyadong softy na rin. Tapos, ang nangyayari, binibaby masyado. No? Pero, wala namang masama doon. Wala namang masama doon. All we want is to give a better life for them, di ba? As a parent as well. So, but sometimes children don't remember toys.
Oo, tama na.
Di ba? They remember whether mom and dad were present. Kaya nga talagang salute ako sa mga parents na they juggle of being a parent and as a businessman, as an employee. Yun na pagsasabay nila ng time management. Sobrang salute tayo doon. Kasi biruin mo, gigising ka na maaga para mag-prepare ng baon ng mga anak mo. Tapos, while sila papasok, ikaw naman magtatrabaho.
Ikaw naman gagrind.
Ikaw naman ang gagrind. Tapos, after a while, susunduin mo pa. Hindi pa matatapos doon, susunduin mo pa. At pagkasundo mo, pagka uwi nyo sa bahay, gagawin nyo pa pareho yung assignment. Kailangan mo pa i-assist. Minsan. Pero may iba rin namang parent na hinahayaan to be, yung child nila is maging independent.
Tama rin yung yung sinabi mo kanina na yung kabataan ngayon is hindi na kailangan ng toys. Dati kasi yung love language ng mga parents is about toys. Diba? Pag binigyan mo ng toys yung bata, okay na yan. But nowadays, children spell love differently. It's not T-O-Y-S, it's T-I-M-E.
Taray, nag-spelling.
Diba? Pang spelling bee.
Spelling bee.
And, yun, ang inanalyze yung time. Kung paano mo bigyan ng oras, panahon, yung bata, 'di ba? Marami, hindi po pwedeng sabihin busy ka kasi we all have 24 hours. It's a matter of priorities, 'di ba? Pwede kang magkaroon na kayo ng quality time during dinners, 'di ba? Bedtime conversation, even for praying together. 'Di ba? Sobrang powerful na yan. And actually makinig ka na nga lang pakinggan mo na lang siya sa mga kwento niya, sa kung ano nangyari buong araw, di ba? Without judging. Sobrang laking impact na yun sa kabataan.
Para matuto rin sila mag-open up sa mga parents at hindi maging secretive. Diba?
Kasi ayun yung yung napapansin kong siguro ako na lang din patunay na nung younger years we're not that open sa bahay. Like parang we don't have the opportunity to tell our parents how's our day, ano nangyari sa amin, kung sinong umaway sa amin, gano'n, di ba? And then, nakasanayan namin na kala namin normal lang yon.
Hindi kasi before, sa generation natin, before, di ba, masyadong disciplinarian.
Yes.
Pagka hindi ka sumunod, palo ka talaga. Palo. Ngayon, gentle parenting. Gentle parenting. Pagka nanakit ka, umiyak yung bata, masama ka kaagad Masama ka
ayun yung complexity na kinakaharap ngayon ng mga parents in this generation.
Tapos ang malala pa niyan, dahil nga may access sila sa social media, konting lang nila, hinanakit sa magulang, nakapost ka na agad sa Facebook, Threads.
Kaya iba yung nabibigay or iba yung nagiging foundation if you're able to converse with younger generation, di ba? Nakakapag-open sila and
better communication talaga.
Yes, better communication. And kayo, when was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with your child? Di ba? Ito nga, naalala ko yung kasi, di ba, na-share ko na yung sa akin. So, I remember the story of a friend when she was at her young age, di ba? Ganun din, hindi siya nabigyan ng pagkakataon na ma-explain yung nararamdaman niya, makapagdahilan kung bakit niya nagawa yung bagay na yun. So, akala niya is normal lang yun. So, whenever she feels something or may dinaramdam siya, lang niya, shrug off lang niya yung feeling. Hinahayaan lang niya. Kasi kala niya, normal lang na hindi mag-open ng nararamdaman sa iba. So, then one day, mayroon siyang kaibigan na sabi ng kaibigan niya, you know what, you have to allow yourself you need to give a chance to yourself to express and acknowledge yung kung ano yung tunay mo nararamdaman. And then, at that moment, yung friend kong nangayon is nag-breakdown. Kasi, that was
Akala ko
the first,
dance.
that was the only time na someone allow her to open yung, or to express yung yung feeling na yon na matagal niya nang kinikip na unaware siya na nakaka-apekto na pala sa being niya, sa mental health niya. And isipin mo one voice of a friend, 'di ba? Iba talaga yung nabibigay if you have the chance or opportunity na yung marinig, 'di ba?
Matter of question,
being
'di ba?
heard,
Yung simpleng question na, kamusta ka? 'Di ba? Sobrang laking impact ng mga taong kailangan ng kamusta, 'di ba? And katulad nga ng nabanggit mo na kailangan talaga yung communication. Yung good maging kailangan natin marinig yung ating mga anak, maintindihan yung gusto nila iparating. Then kailangan talaga yung hindi yung nakikinig ka lang tapos nagso-swipe ka naman sa cellphone. Hindi, kailangan talaga marinig mo sila, maintindihan. At saka maka-communicate ka rin na ano yung na nakuha mo doon sa story niya. If is it good or bad ba, 'di ba? Kasi ngayon, children copy what they see and they often become what we repeatedly do. And kung magiging better communicator tayo sa kanila, sila din magiging good communicator din sa atin. 'Di ba? Kaya nga ako naniniwala din ako na ang first ministry mo talaga is your family.
Tama.
'Di ba? Kaya if we tell them to pray but never pray, alam nila 'yun eh. Alam nila 'yun kasi kung hindi natin ipina-practice, if we pray only on Sundays, walang mabubuong habit doon. And minsan magiging ano pa siya eh, magiging ano ba yan? Sunday na naman. Pupunta na naman tayo ng church.
Tsaka
Sunday na nga lang, maaga pang gigising kasi pupunta pa ng church. Diba? And pero kung nabuo na yung habit na yun sa bata na kailangan namin mag-church kasi ganito, we have God that we believe in, na there's a God na nag-create sa atin, 'di ba? Na the one who creates this whole world, 'di ba po?
Pag na-explain sa kanila, mas ilulook forward nila yung time na yan. Instead na parang ano ba, gising na naman ng maaga imbis na maglalaro, 'di ba?
Tapos kasi Monday na naman kinabukasan ng Sundays Monday to Friday, papasok ng school, tapos gigising na pa naman.
Diba? Mas sa kanila, mas mabibigyan sila ng mas maintindihan nila kung bakit kailangan gumising ng maaga every Sunday kasi sa parents nakikita nila kung ano yon,
kung gaano ka-importante yung Sundays, yung ministry, and yung pagpe-pray hindi lang ng Sundays but every morning, every kumain, and every at night, every evening before matulog. Sobrang laking impact nun talaga. And if we tell them to respect others, ganun din. If we respetuhin mo yung isang tao, kaharap sila. Pero kung pag-uusapan nyo naman to sa bahay nyo, chismisan mo naman, maririnig na ba? Akala mo hindi niya naiintindihan? Naiintindihan na nila yun. Naiintindihan na nila
Kaya
yun.
Kaya meron pang magugulat na lang na, di ba, pag kunwari, may dumating na kumari, bilang yung bata, di ba? Bilang magulat na lang, nadulas na pala yung bata.
Bakit kanyang kamami? Tapos ba, may sinabi ka isang araw eh.
Sabi mo, ganyan. Di ba? So, every action natin, or every instruction natin sa mga bata, kailangan nakikita nila yung action through us.
Yes. Hindi lang dapat kinuman. Dapat we practice it in ourselves. Kasi
ayun, diba? Parang ayun yung pagiging ng magandang leader, di ba?
Oo.
Kasi pag nag-command ka lang nag-command, that's you being bossy.
Boss, diba?
Diba? Pero pag kung gusto mo maging leader ka, makita ng anak mo kung yung leadership mo, you have to act. You have to set example.
Tama. Being you need to be a good example. Sabi nga sa Deuteronomy 6 verse 7, and you shall teach them diligently to your children and speak of them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. So faith wasn't meant to stay inside just in the church. It begins at home.
And maybe I feel na marami ngayon hindi man marami pero iilan siguro sa mga listeners natin is mararamdaman na medyo guilty sila dahil dito sa episode na to. And maybe they're thinking na ay dapat pala mas nag-effort ako. I made mistake sa pakikipag-communicate sa anak ko, or I failed sa gantong bagay. But
Again, wala tayong biniblame dito.
wala tayong biniblame.
No one's blaming anyone. Walang parent na biniblame dito. We just want to encourage everyone na para makipag-communicate tayo sa ating mga anak. Kasi if no one will communicate with them, someone else does.
Hindi pa huli ang lahat. Di ba? You just have to ask God, because God specializes in a restoration. Ayun yung specialty niya eh. Di ba? So don't stop praying, don't stop believing, and don't stop loving.
Kala ko papunta ka na sa pagkanta, don't stop believing.
And parang naalala ko sa isang passage sa Lament that His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. So parents, every morning is a chance, is a new, pwede ka mag-restart, a new beginning to, restore yung relationship.
Hindi pa huli ang lahat.
With your
kahit
children.
pa gaano katanda na yung anak mo, gaano pa kabata yung anak mo, you can always, yun ang kagandahan with our technology right now. Kasi ang bilis magkaroon ng communication, di ba? You can see them face to face. Yun dati, kung dati yun, sulat-sulat kayo, tapos ilang araw mo pa bago ma-receive. Di ba? Totoo. And guys, before we end here's a challenge. This week, spend 30 uninterrupted minutes with your child. No phones, no televisions, and no distractions. Just listen. So ask them, kamusta na ba sila? Ano na bang ginagawa nila ngayon? Ano na bang hobbies nila? Ano ba yung nakakapagpasaya sa kanila ngayon? Ano ba yung mahirap sa kanila? Anong subject? Sa trabaho man yan o sa school, ask them ano yung nagpapahirap sa kanila ngayon. So ano ba yung dinadala nila? And ito yung pinakamagandang question how can I pray for you?
Tama.
Kasi sobrang impactful talaga nun. Kasi i-practice talaga natin sa house natin, not just in the church. Again, not just in the church. Malaking impact talaga na nakikita ng mga anak natin na nagpe-pray din tayo. Talaga. So, those simple conversations may become the moments they remember for the rest of their lives.
And again, our goal isn't to raise a perfect children. Our goal is to raise a children who know where to run when life gets difficult. And children who know God's love, children know the truth, and children know grace.
Because someday our children will leave our homes, and our prayer is that they never leave God's presence. Kala ko parents, God's parents, God's presence. So again, thank you for spending this time with us. If today's conversation encouraged you, we'd love you to share this episode with another parent, a youth leader, a teacher, or someone who has a heart for the next generation.
And don't forget to follow In Between on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more conversations about life, faith, purpose, and everything in between. So we'll see you in the next episode.
This is In Between, where we share stories of struggles, success, and everything in between. See you next time.
God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Pakainin mo, anak.